Hey family. Okay, so we are so excited. Leah and I are bringing you some electronic through the internet content. So basically every week, as you know, we'll have our Moving Mondays down at Good Vibes Yoga. You guys can come, eat some food, write some poem. It's beautiful, physically share space. But also we know some of our family is high risk. We know some of our family works, et cetera, et cetera. So we want to make sure that we're not leaving y'all out of all the fun. So every Wednesday, Leah and I will have some form of content ready for y'all to do at home. And so we're excited to bring you our very first, what are we calling it?
Wavy Wordsmith Wednesdays.
So we are very excited to bring you our very first Wavy Wordsmith Wednesday, period.
Okay, so if you were there with us Monday, you know that we were talking a lot about survival. We were talking about what item would we absolutely need if we were going to survive on a deserted island. We had a little face-off. We picked which island would be better. So ultimately, also what we ended up talking about was like surviving the summer and how we made it through this past summer and all of its trials and tribulations and heaviness. So the prompt we want to give y'all today is like, what would be your 5 things that helped you survive the summer? If you had to pack a survival kit that you just used to survive this past summer, what would be your top 5 things? So take a couple minutes and write down your 5 things with us, and then me and Leisha will share our 5, and then we'll give you a prompt based on that.
Period.
I think I'm ready whenever you are, Leisha, with my 5 things.
Okay, I'm ready too. Period.
Okay, perfect. We hope you each made your 5-thing list. So we can back and forth. I can do one and you can do one or whatever.
Ooh, that'll be perfect.
Okay. So the first thing on my list is, anybody who knows me knows I love my pets very, very, very much. And I got a new puppy over quarantine, and raising her and like watching her grow up from being really little to like who she is now, like really helped ground me. Like I was caring for another nurturing living thing, which also reminded me to like take care of myself. But I prepared a little photo, if you can see her sleeping right there.
Angel.
So that's my number 1, and her name's Indigo.
My first one was group FaceTime. I feel like that has been saving me so much because obviously like some of my friends I can't just get up and go see, but whenever I feel like I want to, or especially like there's something like special that happens when you hang out with people in a group and you're all just talking, laughing, exchanging energy. And so that's a way to do that electronically. So group FaceTime It's been chef's kiss.
I feel that. My number 2 is, I can also grab something, is using stones very often, and stones particularly from my girl Linda. Like meditating with them.
On Instagram.
Yes, plug her. Like using stones to like meditate with and like feel grounded for, like whenever those moments when I was feeling a little bit out of my element during these really stressful times, just like holding on to one, grounding myself, using it as a tool. So that's another one of mine.
Second one was outer elements. Like whenever I'm just inside for long periods of time, I feel super, super crazy. And like I couldn't always just go hang out with friends or go to the library, which is one of my favorite places to decompress. So sometimes just sitting outside or walking by the woods or going to Grace Lake really quickly, like it helps me just like remind me like I'm not the only thing existing right now. So that's my second one.
Perspective, yes. On that topic, like getting outside yourself, one that I kept thinking about was, I got recommended, like, and I know Spotify does this for all of us, so I know I'm not special, but like those little like capsule collections, like it'll be like, this is what you were listening to a year ago or 2 years ago. Like getting that, I think this summer too was really like, okay, time does exist. It's not March 230th. Like I exist, time exists. So that was definitely one of mine, like Spotify being there for me.
That's crazy. My third one literally is music, and I was like, me and Leah are always in sync, y'all. You don't even know. But I'm saying like sharing/making playlists has been something that like, one, because it consumes time, which was beautiful, but also like it's just a beautiful feeling like to know like, okay, someone in the world is thinking about me and heard a song or found this playlist or made this playlist for me. Like I'm living in their head rent free.
That part.
A reminder, like even though I'm not physically sharing space with people, like I'm still in their hearts and in their heads. So that's been a lifesaver.
And it's like an ultimate compliment for somebody to craft you like a beautiful playlist.
Or like if they just hear a song, they're like, I heard this and I thought you would like this. You're like, you think of me?
Seriously, that's like pure love.
No cap.
So my number 4 was Twitter. I just feel like being able to, one, okay, stay super connected with everything like BLM's doing and like when it's happening and where, and also like being able to know what's happening in the world and that being like instantaneous, like fueling on my fire to keep me like alive and going and moving. And then also like humor when we really need it, like those moments of joy too.
That's really crazy. First one is Instagram and Twitter. Period. And like you said, like I feel like sometimes I just need to laugh stuff off, and Twitter is a great place for that. And I've really been liking Instagram a lot because like it gives me a chance to like see people's faces, like, and even though I can't see them in real life, like I'm like, okay, you're still alive and you're well and you're doing things in the world. So period on the social media, number 4.
That part. And then my last one is writing. Writing to stay alive, writing to process the heaviness, the hurt. Yeah. Alicia?
Freaking last one. Art, of course. Period. Y'all, we did not cheat. Lily, you seen us write these in real life.
It really happened.
We're here.
There's evidence.
But literally, like I think one thing that like quarantine, and I wrote a whole poem about this, like I think it allowed me to like take space to really just put shit down on paper and also like to paint again. Like that's so time consuming, and I was able to do that just to like go listen to new poems and order books and read them, like really give my chance to immerse myself in art the way that I used to when I was like 17, which I think was fire, period.
Which is like its own, like, it was like a terrible necessity that brought you there, but also like a resurgence in a magic way too, you know, that pain, but like also beauty, like that's that duality right there.
And I feel like art, like especially thinking about like what it means to be isolated so often, like art is one of the one things that's like active, like an agent actively working against isolation, because you're like, there's someone who maybe lives in fucking Maine and they understand exactly the way that I'm living in the world. Like this is crazy and I feel less alone now.
Yeah. And that's ultimately the goal of like what we do with RunDSM in our community, is like telling each other that we're not alone and creating together. And making each other feel heard and stuff. So based on,
come see us, y'all.
yes,
Come
truly.
down every Monday. Or if poetry is not your thing, we got you. Fridays, freestyle Fridays. Anything you need, we got it. Come meet us down at Good Vibes Yoga too.
We do art too. We do some yoga. We do some movement, some physical stuff. We got a little something for everything, for everybody to feel good.
You need, we got it, or we know somebody that got it. Just come down and let us know.
I like that. So based on these 5 things that we created, we hope you also made your list of your 5 things that helped you survive summer. And the prompt we want to give you based on it, and we'll share our writings from that tomorrow. Like you'll be able to swipe over and see what we wrote. But we would be to pick one of these items and personify it right from its perspective. What was it like living its life this summer? You got anything else, Leisha?
Yeah, just give it, those human-like qualities. What would things look like to them? What would things smell like to them? How would they feel? And really take the time to really give it that life, because obviously it gave you life this summer. You said like you needed it to live. So like let it live on the page. We're gonna post what we write about. We're excited to hear what y'all write about. And you'll keep seeing our faces either in person on Mondays, in person on Fridays, or virtually on Wednesdays. We love y'all so much. Period.
We love you.
Yay! That was so